Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, I've mentioned this before, but in trying to prepare the things that I want to tell you on the radio, I was looking at a book that I've had for years now, and it's called The Smart Guide to Freshwater Fishing. And it was written by Mike Seymour. And I've told you, and a lot of you probably know Mike, but Mike grew up in this area. He was a teacher. He was a basketball coach. And he was an outdoor writer. And I think more important than anything else in Mike's life is he was family. He's a family man, and that's what means the most to him. And that's kind of expressed in this book. But The Smart Guide to Freshwater Fishing, and it really is an amazing compilation in my mind of a lifetime of fishing. And I wanted to tell you about that today because I've spent my whole life fishing, and I try to tell you things when I come on the radio about different ways that we can fish and where we can fish and what we can catch and all these other things. And then I look at this book that Mike did, and Mike is in the same age group as what I am. He spent his life in the outdoors as well, but what he has put together is so fantastic. It really is about everything that you might want to know about fishing. And it's done in such a great way. He's such a great writer, a great communicator. And I want to think back to how I got to know Mike and why I wanted to tell you about this book today, because I really think it could make a huge difference for any of you that want to go fishing. It's that good. And it represents not only the fishing in our area, but fishing in general. But I want to, again, go back to when I met Mike and what he's meant in my life. And I didn't know Mike before I started really with Fish Cap. And Mike came to help me with the kids' fishing school that we started. And he was so great with the kids. And then that expanded into, we would always have a kids' fishing day where they could be rewarded for all the things, hopefully, they had learned. And we'd take them fishing on a little pond in Canton where my buddy Bill Losey has. And Mike would always be there to help the kids out. And then I think back to how Mike helped me with the soldiers that have been through duress and that I would take fishing in doing my show, Fishing Behind the Lines. And Mike was always eager to help out, to take us out on the water, to help these soldiers get a chance to catch a fish. And he always had a smile on his face. He was always so easygoing. And people like that bring so much more to our lives than I think at the time we might even realize. So I did want to tell you about this book. In this book, Mike talks about everything in fishing. And of course, he's using this area as a backdrop for all this information. He tells you, he even has one page that includes every single freshwater fish in the area, in our state, and it tells the exact degree of water that they will live under. In other words, their tolerance range when it gets too hot or too cold for them to survive, and also the best temperature for them, where they're at their happiest, where they're the most healthy. And this is just one of hundreds of pages that brings out something that even I didn't know. Now, all I have to do is go to this page and I know exactly which fish should be in which type of water. So again, I thought this was a great time for me to introduce this book to you. I think it's something that you all might want to read. And you know, for more information, I guess the best thing, this was published by, and I know if you're listening, you probably won't get this, but it's published by Smart Guide Publications in Norman, Oklahoma. So I think if you just remember this name, Smart Guide Publications, in his book, the Smart Guide to Freshwater Fishing. So remember Smart Guide. You can probably Google that. You can probably contact the publishers. But I got to tell you, this would be a wonderful addition to your library. But I think more than that, it could really help you in any kind of fishing that you might want to do. Until next time, folks, and before I go, again, thank you, Mike, for all that you've done, not only for me, but all the people that enjoy fishing in this area. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.